Howdy once again, Indie Warriors, and welcome back to yet another exciting episode of upcoming indie games we are excited for, this time for the week of April 10th through the 16th. Before we get into all the great indie releases, we would like to take a moment to thank this week's indie sponsor, Song of the Prairie, which comes to us from developer The Droplet Studio and publisher AOE+. Old Gamer Joe grew up on a farm, if you didn't know, so it always warms my heart to see a new farming sim out there. Let me tell you, these games are way more fun than actually working on a farm, at least in my personal experience. Song of the Prairie is currently available in early access and features 3D visuals and takes place in a little magical land all of its own, far, far away from all the noise, pollution, and misery of the world. In Prairie Town, you'll build your home however you see fit, taking on missions in any order that you wish. Grow crops and reap the rewards of your hard work, fall in love, and breed lovely animals which you can watch frolic the fields freely. It's all up to you, including the construction work and decorating of your town. Buildings can be upgraded, and travel is nice and chill as the game has no load times to worry about whatsoever. Now isn't that nice? You can customize your avatar in a variety of different ways, with plenty of different outfits and accessories to choose between. And yes, you might just end up married. And that is only the early access version. The 1.0 launch, scheduled in about 12 months, will feature more animals, more love, more music, more everything. But luckily, you don't have to wait. Head on over to the Steam page for Song of the Prairie by using the link in the description box below. I'll see y'all down on the farm, but for now, it's on to the indies. Once again, a very special thank you to Droplet Studio and AOE Plus for sponsoring this video. Alright, Indie Warriors, the first game might have Mini in the title, but it looks jam-packed full of content to me. Miniland Adventure is a sandbox survival game where you build homes for adorable goblin creatures? With tons of crafting and farming to be done, you'll quickly expand from a tiny piece of land into a full-sized farm. Try to get your creative on when this releases on the 10th. Next, we have third-person action game Cynthia, hidden in the Moonshadow, also launching on the 10th. I think the visuals and animations are quite impressive looking for a smaller indie project. Use your bow and solve puzzles as you take control of Cynthia Strandborg. With an emotional story and the ability to distract foes, I think this one is worth keeping an eye on. Hopefully it isn't overly ambitious.
Destroy the source of the dark power. Hector! My name is Cynthia Strandborg, and I will do everything in my power to get my loved ones back.
Put on your detective caps and get ready to solve another case in Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened. This Lovecraftian tale is being completely rebuilt and puts Sherlock Holmes up against a supernatural enemy unlike any before. Fans of the 2008 original can look forward to a rebuilt game engine with modern graphics, more story, and new gameplay elements.
Every fiber of the earth, every molecule reverberates in anticipation of the awakening. The bile of madness rises in our throats just as our master rises below.
Maybe your god is unstoppable, but you are merely a man. And I know how to stop you.
The abyss calls for me, Mr. Holmes, as it does for you. The final problem approaches, and you too shall fall.
It's real. All of it, it's real.
Things are getting spicy now in Unscripted, which will be released in episodes. Unscripted is a true-to-life dating sim where you make choices that can lead to hilarious and sometimes outrageous situations. The game will feature hot and steamy sex scenes as you try to make it as a writer in Hollywood. Ooh, sexy time, adults only, obviously. Have you ever dreamed of mining coal but don't want to do the dirty work yourself? Well, now you can in Coal Mining Simulator, the latest title to jump on the simulation train. Get your hands dirty as you mine and drill your way to success. Or failure, but hopefully success. The Tron series tries something a little bit different with a visual novel. Tron Identity comes to Switch and PC. You'll make choices and solve disc-based puzzles, with the game being developed by the talented folks that worked on Thomas Was Alone and Subsurface. This seems like an interesting direction to take Tron, and we'll have to see how it plays out. Roguelike card battle fans, get ready for Wildfrost, which has lovely bright visuals, I gotta say. Outside of the lovely art style, it looks like the game has plenty of strategy elements too, as you build a deck to your liking, choose a leader, and master the dynamic counter system. Looking forward to it. A Metroidvania with a grappling mechanic. Rusted Moss launches on the 12th. Rusted Moss will feature twin-stick shooting mechanics as you battle witches and other monstrosities. With full 360-degree aiming and the promise of exciting boss encounters, don't let this one get lost in the moss this week. Hey, I rhymed, kind of. More cards heading your way. Next we have a city building card game with Cardboard Town. Of course, there are rogue elements here with tons of different buildings and different cards for you to collect, so plenty to keep fans of the genre interested. Certainly a unique artistic direction they're going with as well. A cute little idler collectathon title is next with Plantera 2 Golden Acorn. As you begin with just a tiny garden, you'll be able to expand and grow more and more crops, unlocking tons of new items along the way. Build that garden, level up, keep the pests away, and then just chill for a while. Space drama awaits in sci-fi narrative title Lightracer Spark. Explore new worlds, make life-altering decisions in this new title that has a bit of a tabletop feel to it. Entering early access is another city builder, one that we went hands-on with at PAX East, the lovely and very intuitive Fabledom. This game felt really chill from what I played. It was easy to understand and a nice choice to relax with. Let's hope the early access version doesn't have too many bugs to contend with, but it will have plenty of pigs, I think.
Being, well, simple. As the world around them bickers and barks, Fablings are quite content going about their days. Farming, mining, fishing, and laughing. Actually, the only thing I've ever seen a Fabling fuss about is what their home and its surroundings look like. Fablings really only care about three things in life: a place to call home, food, and love. Ah, love, an elusive magic, and one of the few things Fablings are willing to fight for. Oh, you wouldn't think it looking at them, but there are quite a few stories of Fabling bravery. But that's a story for another time.
Dark fantasy and lore await in action RPG Hunt the Night, where you play as Vesper and explore dangerous worlds and ruins. These dungeons host demons and monsters, so only the brave should take on this exciting indie release. More vampire goodness to sink your teeth into. Tides of the Foscari DLC launches for Vampire Survivors on the 13th. Offering even more content to the indie that has taken the world by storm, you can expect characters that you've never seen before, more monsters, more everything awaits. Coming your way, even more roguelite action in Trinity Fusion, also launching on the 13th into early access. You are on a mission to save a dying universe in an ever-changing world. With great-looking 3D environments, fast, frantic gameplay, and 3 different chapters, I'll be checking this one out for sure. I really like these visuals.
More out of balance the further they diverge from ours.
What can we do about it?
We force them back together.
XCOM fans, take note, because Shardpunk Verminfall is a retro-looking turn-based tactics title with RPG elements heading your way, and of course there's plenty of resource management. The developer also cites Darkest Dungeon as an inspiration, which I'm sure has at least a few of you excited, right? Last but certainly not least, we are leaving with chickens! Screaming Chicken Ultimate Showdown launches on the 13th. Now who doesn't love a good game about chickens? Screaming Chicken is a multiplayer party game with tons of crazy weapons, team modes, and you guessed it, some funky physics. This should be a riot, and that's gonna do it for this week's episode of upcoming indie games we're excited about. Thank you so much for supporting clickbait-free independent content right here at I Dream of Indie Games. Help us bring a voice to the voiceless ones in gaming at patreon.com/I Dream of Indie Games, and I promise you we will defeat the gaming echo chamber together. See you all on the channel for more exciting content next week.